Hey, good morning, my friends, and welcome to the morning briefing on this pristine, gorgeous morning here in Southern California. I'm in Surfside. We're sandwiched between Seal Beach, California, and Sunset Beach or Huntington Beach, and man, it couldn't be any more beautiful. And we have got a lot to talk about here this morning, including some bluefin tuna. We've also got a $100 discount for you if you want to join Nathan Beal on the long run. It's a beautiful boat. You should check out last night's live podcast. It's there, archived for you now. And man, I'll tell you, Nathan goes into so much, including these giant halibut that he's catching right now. And it should last for a few more months. Offshore bluefin tuna and so much more. And if you call that number and book with him or just get some information from him, I would deeply appreciate it. If you book, you get $100 off if you mention Friedman Adventures. That is good stuff. Our hats, Friedman Adventures merch is now available. Go to our Facebook page, Friedman Adventures, and there's a link there. You can click on it and proudly wear one of the Friedman Adventures hats. And of course, I deeply appreciate all of your support. Hey, we got a lot to talk about, Cabo, Ensenada, and so much more. Good morning, everybody. You know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Oh, that is so good. Hey, it's really good to be back with you all. Joe Martinez, Grace Martinez, thanks for the beautiful coffee cup. It's down at 22nd Street Landing that you sent my way yesterday. Deeply appreciate it. Really much appreciated. This one comes from John Moore, another good friend of mine. So your support out there, your friendships mean so much to me. No question about it. Last night's live show was a great one, and Jolene Thompson was there also. We love Jolene. She is such a good person and an outstanding angler. And Jolene actually works on the long run. So she'll be on deck helping you out and helping you to catch your giant halibut, whatever it is your little heart desires. So I highly recommend you give that a try. All right, let's get into it. Cabo San Lucas. Our friend Sean Morgan operates down there. Now, Sean ran boats here in Southern California for decades. He's now located in San Jose del Cabo, which is pretty close to Cabo San Lucas. They fish the very same waters. About 3 weeks ago, they had some outstanding marlin fishing. We ran a video of marlin coming to the stern of the Wilding Sack and just zooming around, and guys dropping a bait in front of them and hanging a marlin. That is really fun stuff. Since that time, we've had some breeze down there and some slower fishing. There's a little bit of marlin, a little bit of dorado, but overall, it remains kind of slow down there in Cabo San Lucas. We'll hope that that's going to pick up. If you want to fish from inshore, there's a few roosters around, sierras, stuff like that. And that bite, we'll get back into high gear here pretty soon. I'm pretty confident about that. Sean will keep us up to date. On the long range scene, things have been not wide open, but they're still scratching out some good yellowfin tuna, and they're nice big ones with those big sickles. You gotta love that. Intrepid, Independence. There's some photos from the rigs that are down there fishing, and they're very impressive fish. Lots of fun, and then every once in a while they get a shot of who down there in that neck of the woods. Garcia's Pongas down there in San Quintin. Now, that area is 140 miles below the border, and same thing, man. I mean, they're catching lings, they're catching all kinds of rockfish, vermilions and sheep's head, and also getting a shot on the forkies. The yellows down there love to bite the yo-yo iron in the wintertime. Drop it deep, wind on it fast. The way you set the hook is by turning the handle of the reel. Just turn it, grind until you've got them, and that's the way to do it. So some pretty good fishing down there in that neck of the woods. Our friends down there in Ensenada continue to catch some big bonita around the Punta Banda area. That's been good for blackfin sport fishing. Victor, thanks for joining us on last night's live show. Really appreciate it. Victor was chiming in with all kinds of great stuff. He does so much good work with his wife and the orphanages down there. We're combining with them to help out a little bit. Man, I really love fishing at blackfin. Tony G, great guy, does so much for the industry, was down there recently. He was fishing with Baja Fishing and caught some nice big bonita. Had just a great time. He said he was with lovely people. They ate, they drank, they had fun. Baja hospitality, there's nothing like it. And that was at Baja Fishing, and Tony had an absolutely great time. And our friend Diego Nuno, buenos dias, Diego, Diego Nuno, Costa Baja Sport Fishing, another great guy down there. And Arnie, thanks for joining us on the live show from Ensenada last night. Always good to see you eating your palomitas. Those guys, find them on Facebook, book with them. You'll have a good time. Blackfin Sport Fishing, Costa Baja Sport Fishing, Arnie Sport Fishing, all there on Facebook, all there in beautiful Ensenada, Baja California. All right, and I skipped over Collinet. Now, Collinet is down there at 120 miles. San Diego-based boats are still headed down that way. There's been some windy weather here recently, so we've kind of broken our streak of getting down there and catching those great rockfish and trying to get a yellowtail bite going. There's been some yellows caught down there, but in terms of any consistent good bite, we have yet to see it. Something tells me we may transition into bluefin tuna before that gets going. Maybe not. So there are still guys down there running those trips, typically day and a half, sometimes more than that. You leave San Diego, you go down the Baja coast. You do need a passport when you're that close to the Mexican coast, and it's really good fishing. But weather had been a little bit of a problem. Looks like it's going to lay down for this weekend. We'll keep our eyes on it, keep you all informed on that. Hopefully it's going to lay down. Now, I talked about bluefin tuna, and there's a lot of talk about fish down at 140 miles. There's fish closer to San Diego also. Nobody's gotten a huge piece of it yet. Guys are talking about running on a Pacific Dawn with a 2.5 day trip. The Pacific Dawn's not scheduling a 2.5 bluefin tuna trip for the fun of it. They've got intel. They know what they're doing. They're an outstanding operation. We hope they get out and get some catching going on. And this bluefin tuna thing is absolutely mind-boggling. For a guy like me who's been in this industry for 50 plus years, it's pretty crazy what's going on. So hopefully that's going to get going here very, very soon. Locally, up and down the coast, we continue to catch sand bass and calico bass. Not wide open. It's wintertime. They're lethargic. They're really kind of in slow motion. So you got to get a bait right in front of their nose for them to eat it in most cases. Sometimes it'll fire up and bite pretty good, but in most cases that's what you got to do. And you want to fish Opsin fluorocarbon, www.opsinusa.com. Opsin fluorocarbon works really good. 40-pound, because wintertime bass, for the most part, unless you're on a kelp line, but wintertime bass are going to be really hiding in structure. And that means when they grab your bait, they're going right back in that rock or that sunken ship or whatever structure they're inhabiting, and you're going to have to pull hard when you get a bite. And sometimes you'll get a bite and rear back and you're already sawed off. You're like, well, how did that happen? So that's why when you get a bite, you got to pull hard. And that's why Opsin fluorocarbon, it's abrasion resistant. You know, that'll really work well for you. So give that a try. Pull hard and you can yank those out. Now, there's also lots of sculpin and whitefish boats from the border down there in San Diego all the way up here to Marina del Rey are catching good amounts of sculpin and whitefish, and they are really good eating fish. Marina del Rey also runs twilight trips on the weekends, and they've been doing pretty good at night on the bass. So if you're new to this, you're not quite sure what to do, throw yourself at the mercy of the crew, walk on board and tell them you don't know exactly what you're doing, and they'll help you out. If they don't, then you need to find another boat. You need to find a boat where they're going to teach you, not, watch other guys who know what they're doing catch fish. You need to find a boat when you walk on board. They say, let me help you out. Let me show you how to do that. And of course, if you can, respond with a generous tip. These guys work their tails off on these boats. Their work ethic is absolutely magnificent. So we've got that going on. More and more halibut starting to be taken also right now. There's fish in the surf. I got to get out here and give it a shot. I might do that here today. I know I keep threatening that. I really should come out here and chuck something like a chrome crocodile. I might do that. So more and more halibut in the bays. We mentioned on the long run with Nathan. Give him a call. He's catching those big flatties down there. That's really fun fishing. And there's some monster halibut in San Diego Bay. Really big fish. But we're seeing more of it up and down the coast. So hopefully that is going to continue in addition to everything else. A little bit of yellowfin croaker in the surf, and some barred perch also in the cooler water. Down south of the border, excellent barred perch fishing. There's a beach in Rosarito that's biting pretty good, and also down there around San Quintin, I should say, as well as the Collinet area. Really nice fishing going on down there in that neck of the woods. We had a great trip on board the real fun out of Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. Our lobster trip was an absolute blast. That video just dropped. Check it out. It was so much fun. I don't know if it was because the crew was so great, which they were. The landing personnel, always wonderful down there, Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. The fishing was great. I mean, we had 11 legals and well over 100 shorts, if I had to guess at it. And the people who showed up, really good friends, part of the Friedman Adventure family. And that was just a spectacular trip. Check that out. Danny Cadota Show, Thursday night, 6 p.m. live. You can ask Danny all kinds of questions. That's going to be another great one also. Can't wait for that. And also, I should say, there are guys that are fishing spotted bay bass in the bays and doing quite well right now also. So that has been a lot of fun for many, many of our friends. All right, my friends, it is absolutely gorgeous. Did you see anything back there while I was blah, blah, blah? Any whales go by? Any dolphin? Sea lion about to bite me in the butt? Anything like that? Put a comment in there. One of these days, something crazy is going to go on back there, and you're going to see it. Chinese balloons, you know? If you see one of those, let me know. I'll shoot it down. All right, my friends, have a great day. It is always wonderful to be with you. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, share these videos if you enjoy them. And once again, you have my heartfelt thanks for all you do for Friedman Adventures. Get a hat today. Go to the Friedman Adventures Facebook page. There's a link there. Click on it and grab a hat. Deeply appreciate your support. Have a great one. I hope to see you really, really soon, my friends. Everybody, Phil Friedman from Friedman Adventures. You know, lobster fishing in Southern California is an absolute ball. Tonight, we're on board the real fun out of Dana Wharf Sport Fishing, and they have an extraordinary crew. They have everything you need to catch those great eating lobster. So let's get to it. We're heading out right now on an absolutely gorgeous evening. You're up, buddy. Clear. These trips are perfect for kids as a learning experience and another great adventure. All right. Yeah. Phil. Don't screw it up. Well, you're not effing around.
I'm gonna have one. Ooh. I'm gonna measure that guy. Hey, what do you know?
We got a legal, Murphy. Yeah.
Right between these front horns. See where his eyes kind of protrude?
Yeah.
When his eyes move back, that knows you're you're in the right spot. And you want to go all the way back to the carapace. If it doesn't fit like that, he's gonna be legal. So
nice.
That's a good bug.
All right. All right, John, let's get him.
All right, let's get him.
So this guy is just a little short. It's touching those back hairs of the carapace, and I can move it back and forth. The gauge is moving, so he is not legal. This is a clicker, so I have to throw him back.
Yeah, way to go, guys!
Woo! Yeah, good job.
Woo!
Hey, it's a great night out tonight. The bugs are crawling.
They are crawling.
Woo!
Hi, I'm Phil Friedman.
Get him, Michelle. Nice going, Charlie. There you go.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, baby. Man. Chuck, Charlie. Yeah.
Woo! Ow! He's as ugly as you. Gotcha!
Put him on the grill.
Eric, good times, man. There is something so good about a boat burger. Man, they are good, and Eric on the Real Fun does it up right. Whether you want a regular burger or a protein burger like I like, Eric will make it happen for you.
There you go.
What a burger. Can't beat it.
Protein burger, man, custom made. Thank you, Eric. I love it, Michelle.
Yeah.
Fishermen are great about tossing back what they're not going to use.
So you can use salt water to cook like lobster tails and stuff?
Yes, absolutely. A lot of the shellfish and seafood dishes I make, I use salt water straight from the ocean outside the harbor, just any harbor for the most part. You can keep it for about 2 or 3 days in the fridge, and you can use it for seasoning instead of salt for a lot of things, a lot of soups, broths, that kind of stuff. So we just got a snail, and you can pretty much poach it or boil it in the salt water with a whole bunch of garlic and finish it with a little bit of butter. I gotta go.
Kids learning about the sea and the creatures in it is such an important part of the fishing experience.
No, not on the tail, just on this back fin. You see that horn right there? And then this other horn? That's about it. You want to hold his tail? I'll hold his mouth.
Do it.
We'll let them go together, all right? 1, 2, 3.
Look at all these lobsters!
Nice.
Very nice!
Andrew Dio says he might throw up. Are you feeling like you're going to throw up? Boy, I think about you. Ginger candy. Let's hope it doesn't work. Anti-nausea.
Another opportunity for Charlie to learn about the creatures of the sea. The lobster fishing was so much fun on board the Real Fun out of Dana Wharf Sport Fishing, and spending time with such a great crew and so many wonderful friends was truly a night that I'll remember for a long time to come. You should do it soon also.